5, 6, the next 10 years, I'm going to save over £1,000.
But also, what's also really good is I noticed in the app, you can just have the cash. So you don't have to have a gift card.
Retirement related, because it will give me things to do in my retirement in terms of editing videos and things. My fail is Vinted, but I'll punk a link in below.
You'll do what?
I'll punk. This is our monthly vlog called One Step Closer, where we talk about everything that gets us one step closer to our retirement dream. Shall I start?
Yeah, you can go.
I normally do. One of the first things that I did was save a substantial amount of money by using a firm called Firmoo glasses. Over the past 5-6 years, 1 year I spent £700 on new glasses. The year after that I spent £500 on new glasses. 2 years ago I spent £350 on new glasses. And this year somebody told me about a firm called Firmoo, where you send your prescription off and you order your glasses online. It's a little bit fiddly. I had to measure the gap between my eyeballs. I had to upload my prescription. But I had exactly the same spec that I always have. I have the highest spec. Because of my brain injury, I'm a bit light sensitive. So I have the highest spec reactor lights, the highest varifocals, all of that. And I spent a grand total on 2 pairs of glasses of £140. So I saved £200 on glasses. So that's my first one step closer. That means that over the next 4, 5, 6, the next 10 years, I'm going to save over £1,000 using an online glasses company rather than the local optician. I'll put a link in below just so people know who the firm is. Who the company is, Firmoo. Although there are lots of other, been told there's lots of other online glasses prescription companies, so give them a go. I'm not sure you've got a lot to lose with that huge saving. So that was my first one. What's yours?
So mine is Yougov. So Andy Be Clever With Your Cash talks about going on Yougov. And basically it's a company that's global, but you share your data with them. Okay, and what they do is they send you surveys, and if you fill in those surveys, then you get points, and then those points eventually convert to a gift voucher, and it takes about 15-20 minutes, and you'll get anywhere between 50 and 200 points. And then once you get to that 5,000, then you can actually, there's so many different retailers you can use it for. So you can use it on Amazon, Marks and Spencer's.
How much money does 5,000 points get?
50 quid. But also, what's also really good is I noticed in the app, you can just have the cash. So you don't have to have a gift card,
right? Which
is really good as well. So that was kind of what I'm working towards this month. So that's quite useful. So it's quite good.
My next one is not financial. It is that this month I have been using DaVinci Pro. Is it DaVinci Pro or just
just DaVinci Resolve.
This month I've been using DaVinci Resolve. You can actually use DaVinci Resolve on an iPad. This is an iPad Mini Pro. It's fiddly, a little bit awkward, but you can do it. So I edited a whole video myself, didn't I? I'm not as good as Bruce. It's a lot harder to use on the iPad, but it's just something that when we're travelling around, if I need to make some cuts and things, I can do that. So I'm really, really pleased that I've started to do that. And if you look on our previous videos, we talk about maybe getting bored in retirement and projects and whatever. The fact that I can start editing on such a small thing, I'm really, really pleased with that. But it wasn't too, you were really surprised what
Yeah, it's quite versatile. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean, I have got a stylus, which helped a little bit.
A what? Oh, a pen.
Stylus, yeah.
Yeah,
wondering where that is. Yeah, so that was not finance related, but definitely retirement related, because it will give me things to do in my retirement in terms of editing videos and things.
That's great.
Yeah,
Bro.
So that's fine.
My next one was Top Cashback. I have used it specifically because of the offers that they put on there. It's kind of a set and forget again. And then recently I did my car insurance, and it took, I say recently, about 8-9 months ago. And then it's finally come through and I got £10 cash back on that. So that was nice, a little extra bonus. It's good, but it is frustrating if you're desperate to see it go in. It takes a long, long time. So that's my number 2.
My next one is a finance one again. I got a new credit card that came with 25,000 bonus Avios points. There's no point me giving huge details because these offers come and go really, really quickly. But basically with this one, if I spent £10,000 in the first 3 months, I got 25,000 Avios points plus 1.5 points for the 10,000 that was spent. So basically by the end of March, I'm going to have 40,000 Avios points. Well, a trip to go and see Lewis is anything between 40 and 50 Avios points. So I've basically got another virtually free flight just to pay taxes to go and see Lewis. And that was organised this month. So I'm really pleased with that. If you're wondering how we spent £10,000 in a month, last year we booked a cruise for 3 couples. And because we're the lead book, we pay for it and then they send us the money. So we haven't spent £10,000 in a month, we spent £3,000 in a month. Yeah, we have said to them they need to get credit cards and we'll let them book holidays and we'll pay them. But say we've asked them if if you get a credit card, you book it next.
So, was that yours?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen this month, but the emergency funds fixed term is going to come to an end. So we've put that in. Luckily, we took advantage of the high interest rates, so we got the high savings rates for a 1 year.
Yeah.
Again, about 5%.
Yeah.
Because we are taking a risk if we just lock that in for a year. The whole point of the emergency fund is that we can access it and use it. And we had a bit of a scare with the dog where we thought might have to have an operation or something. And then we were like, right, well, this is locked away now. If we pull it out, it kind of defeats the object. So we kind of messed up a little bit there.
My next one is we have bought a new camera, which we are filming on now. We have bought a DJI Pocket 2, which has a built-in gimbal. And that's definitely going to help us with our YouTube channel towards retirement. We're going on a holiday tomorrow and we'll take the Pocket 2 with us and the built-in gimbal and sort of start to learn how to use that. So that for me it's nice to have something that aren't always financial, because quite often the one step close to retirement is we're getting closer financially. So yeah, the DJI Pocket 2, lovely little thing, isn't it? And we are going to use how we're going to buy it.
Oh, the plan is to use the interest from the emergency fund that we put away to pay for the Pocket 2. So that's the plan. So
the plan is to use some of the, not all of it because we made more, but to use some of the interest that we made on our emergency fund to buy this Pocket 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a really nice little thing. We'll put a link to that below as well. We haven't got any affiliates or anything yet.
No, we don't.
But it is a really nice little camera.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
So one of my wins was a little win. So basically at work they do give you a petrol claim. It's not very much, but I managed to get £9, which is not a lot of money. But again, it's a little win and all the little wins add up. So that was that one.
Take the small wins. And finally this month for me, I started to learn a language. I started to learn Spanish. I started at the beginning of the month with Duolingo. I just got the free version. I was really on it every day. I was like top of a leaderboard, doing really, really well. Kept getting a free pro couple of days. And then I'd say the last sort of week, I've not been on it as much as I should have been. I've dropped it a little bit, but I'm going to carry on with it. It's free, it's keeping my mind active, and it's hopefully going to help us in retirement, especially if we go to like Portugal or somewhere like that. I know Portuguese is not Spanish, but it will help. So that was my last one.
Yeah, so I've got one. I buy a lot of my protein stuff with My Protein. So we save quite a lot of money on protein bars and
my protein wafers.
Your protein wafers, sorry. My final one is, I think we spoke before, I'm a bit of a gamer, so I not only like board games, but like computer games. And I put some games on my wish list, and one of those came up for half price. So I picked that up and got that as well. So that was another kind of little win.
There are times I've thought, I'm going to buy that thing. I can't, at this moment in time, I can't think of what, but say I was going to buy something that was like £50, and I think, no, I'll wait a little bit. Do I need it now? No, I'll see. Because there's all sorts of schools of thought, isn't there? If you come back to something in a month's time or 2 months' time, then if you really want it, then you'll buy it then. But with us, I found that there was one thing in particular, and I can't remember what it was, but it had gone up about £20 in the 2 months that we decided to buy it. I can't even remember. It wasn't the Ninja Creamy, was it?
No, I don't know.
There was definitely one thing that went up substantially in the time that we were thinking, shall we buy it or shall we buy it? So, yeah, that's
the risk you take.
Yeah, that's definitely. I would say maybe 5 years ago or whatever, the chances are it wasn't have gone up, or you might have got it in a sale over that time. But things just seem to be getting tougher. So it's a bit harder to find bargains, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are we going to do our one very big win this morning? So we haven't done our annual review yet, but we took a look at our portfolios this morning as sort of pre-annual review, and we're just really, really pleased with how they're doing. And it just proves that we made a couple of good moves by changing the way we invested with the financial advisor and by selling our rental. That worked for us. We're not saying that would work for anybody else, but as it stands today, we are definitely getting close to retirement with
the plan's working.
With the last year we've had.
Yeah, and I think we've followed on the whole thing of set and forget, and it's working even more now. Because like I said, we said before, our original plan was set and forget with the financial advisor. We've carried that over, but now we're making the kind of gains that we want to make. So
yeah, really good gains.
Really good.
We're just really happy with that.
So we're going to talk about a fail.
Yeah, not everything's win-win-win, is it?
No. So we thought it'd be something a bit interesting to kind of show if there is a fail that month. We don't want to be negative. We're trying to be quite positive. Go on then. So we're going to do a fail each.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Sure, do you want mine?
Do you want to go first?
My fail is Vinted. So I have got to downsize. I have just got so many clothes and shoes and so much stuff that I've just absolutely got to start getting rid of. And I sold some shoes on Vinted. They'd been on Vinted for about 4 or 5 months. So I went to get them to send them off to the purchaser, and I couldn't find them. I think I've given them away to charity. They sold for a £5. So yeah, not everything's a win. I'm now going to make sure that if I give up on something and give it to charity, I take it off Vinted, because what you don't know doesn't hurt you, and it really bothered me that somebody wanted to buy them and I'd given them away.
So I'm going to try and do this as kind of succinctly as possible, because if I carry on, I'm probably going to start ranting about it. So I've had an ongoing saga with a broadband company. I'm not going to mention who. And it's been going on for like a year now.
Yeah.
So we signed up, we got broadband, we settled on a monthly amount, and then from that point on, every 3 or 4 months it bumps back up to another price. So I have to keep ringing them every 3 or 4 months. But then instead of putting 8% on the original amount, they tried to put 8% on the other amount. So I was like, great, I'm gonna have to give them another phone call. And basically, a long story short, after an hour on the phone, I managed to secure the 8% on the original £28.50. But because I've been doing this for so long, I asked for some form of compensation. And the lady on the phone that pretty much said that because you're only paying £28.50 a month, the most compensation you can have is £10. So I spent an entire hour of my life on a phone going backwards and forwards with several different people in several different departments.
So that was one phone call you've
for
made.
One phone call. So yeah, the grand total compensation over the last year's worth of work is £10.
Yeah, so that's it. We've had lots of wins, lots of little steps closer to our retirement. And we've had a couple of little fails. Yours was...
My mum was a substantial fail.
So thank you for listening. That's Keely and Bruce. We'll catch you again. But I'll punk a link in below.
You'll do what?
I'll punk.
I think you're going to hear him licking himself.
You've got it there. I bet you're not.
Can you hear him? I can hear him from here.
I can't.